acts or small actions are small efforts of any kind taken for the betterment of your surroundings, of others, and of yourself. Whether it is making your bed, letting someone borrow a pencil, or even throwing away a piece of trash that's not yours. The purpose of small acts is to make a positive impact as a whole, as one. With every effort we each make, we are all adding to the outcome of our impact on the world. I came across this simple quote that highlights this exact thought. Small acts, when multiplied by millions of people, can transform the world. So what I'm pointing towards is that we all should get on the same page by acknowledging the little things that could make a positive difference and implement them in our daily lives. There are many ways we can do so, and they can be broadly categorized in 3 types of ways: actions towards each other, actions towards the environment, and actions towards ourselves. The small yet beautiful image the corners of our mouths make when raised to our cheeks. The subtle influence it plays on the one seeing it, making the mirror the same and making the same influence on another. That's the power of a smile. In fact, smiling is a great example of a small act towards someone. A wise man once said, "Even a small act can make a big difference in someone's world." You really never know what a person is going through or what that person is thinking, but you should know that by helping and caring for each other, you are really helping yourself and the world all together. You might not agree with me, but here's the truth. We all have gotten so attached to these materialistic things that we have forgotten and are neglecting the real. The real being we are all one. In a world where our differences are more valued than our similarities, it is necessary that we stop pulling each other down and strengthen our fraternity to build our unity and accept that we all are one. We should learn to respect and accept each other's differences and help each other become the best they can be. Helping a neighbor clean their yard, helping someone put their groceries in their trunk, giving someone a hug when they really need it, or even giving someone who works really hard a high five and a compliment are only a few of the small things we can do for each other. So let's care for our fellow people and show care for each other beyond our differences. It'll only make the world a kinder place. When we hear actions towards the environment, we tend to think of big efforts and big steps we need to take. But that's where we're wrong. We really only need to do the bare minimum. Let me explain it to you this way. Let's say we want to save about 8 billion gallons of water every day. It's pretty impossible for one person to save 8 billion gallons of water every day by themselves, right? They don't even use that much of water per day. But what if we could get the whole population to make an effort, where each person only needs to save 1 gallon per day? The human population is about 8 billion, and a single person on average utilizes about 101.5 gallons of water per day. If we each use a gallon less, we'd be saving about 8 billion gallons of water per day altogether, which is a pretty big number and a great amount of water being saved. Some more things we can do is use eco-friendly bags to grocery stores to reduce plastic usage. Think about how much plastic we'd stop using if we all took our own eco-friendly bags. And instead of throwing away our plastic bottles into trash cans, we should recycle them. Another major resource we need to conserve and replenish are trees. Excessive cutting down of trees has many side effects, such as groundwater depletion, soil erosion, climate change, and increase in greenhouse gases. Some of the biggest uses of wood are for building the base of homes, making furniture, and for making paper. As a middle schooler and a former elementary school kid, I know how much paper is used for everything: assignments, notes, schedules, tests, and so on. Recycling is something all of us can do to help reduce the amount of pollution that is being created every day. Think about this. What if one school with about 400 children recycled their old class notebooks? Well, It would mean 400 new notebooks for 400 other children in another school. Crazy to think about, right? But it's possible, and we could make it happen. When it comes to conserving and protecting the environment, there is a moral factor which plays a big role in our actions. What is it, you ask? It is the control and knowledge of how much one should use. We live in a world where greed and satisfaction is never ending. Human nature shows that we always want more, want better, more than we need. There is a very thin line when it comes to wants and needs, which is why I think it is essential and very advisable to live your life with this simple rule. Never use, take, or keep more than needed. Be satisfied with what you have. We should learn not to waste the care and resources nature provides us. We should learn to be grateful and respectful for the things we have, and only use the amount we need. I mean, a regular pencil works just as great as a sparkly one. So let's all be mindful of things we can do to help our planet, which is indirectly helping us, and implement them in our daily routines. Speaking of our daily routines, let's talk about ourselves. It should be our duty to take care of our mind, our body, and our health. It is really the little things we need to do to keep ourselves healthy and happy, such as brushing our teeth, washing our hands, sleeping early and waking up early, studying for our dream jobs, spending time with our loved ones, and even striving towards our goals. We should take care of ourselves and encourage ourselves to push forward and become the best version of ourselves. It may be hard to always push and persevere every single day, and even during the tough times, but you should always know that nothing in this world is permanent, and neither are your struggles. So, keeping that in mind, you should manifest your way to your goals and aspirations. Sri Aurobindo, a soulful yogi, had once said, "Each one is responsible for the sincerity of his aspiration." It means you are in charge of yourself, of what you do, and of who you may become. I want to become an obstetrician, or an OBGYN, who is a physician who delivers babies and treats diseases of the female reproductive organs. I'm not sure what exactly intrigued me to choose obstetrics as my aspiration, but I do know that I want to learn and gain more knowledge about the beauty and science behind the birth of life, as my small contribution to our world. Although it might make it harder to reach my goal if I'm not sincere towards my aspiration. I know that to become an obstetrician in the future is going to require a lot of dedication, take a lot of hard work, and a lot of studying. So I need to start from now. I know there will always be those days where I just want to Netflix and chill, and a lot of days where I just don't want to study, and that's completely okay, as long as I am consciously doing it without making it a comfortable feeling of pleasure, and instead getting up the next day, keeping my priorities straight, and pushing myself forward towards my goals with a good ego. Okay. We all know how fast time flies and how slowly we start realizing our purpose. So, as the iconic line says, live every day as if it's your last. Live with desire, aspiration, dedication, and manifest a little bit every day by doing those small things to become the better and best version of yourself, and help others to do the same. With all that being said, let's treat each other with love, respect, and care, protect and conserve our environment, and lastly, be conscious, mindful, and strive towards our aspirations by doing those small acts little by little every day. Thank you so much.